Anglia. There we just saw 7:20, 5:50 running 7 minutes late, working his search from Liverpool Street to Colchester Town. Over there is 7:21 and it's closed mate, which was meant to be forming the 16:05 I think. We're taking a search from Southend Victoria to Liverpool Street. Here we have 345 maps to search that one in from my CV. Okay, about 10 minutes late, so there's handy disruption going on. Hopefully it won't go off to over there. So we saw in the previous clip terminating from London Paddington. So with that all being said, let's just see what Shenfield has to offer. Now Pioneers the delayed 15:59 I think. Greater Anglia says to Colchester Town. 345.33 cents. Apple and Paddington. On the way of the Southminster London say, 7:20 5:45. Incoming down there is still, I think it's still 16:08. We're going to London Street from Ipswich. Where it came from, but on the front it's 7:20 5:07. Catch you over 2 each. Now the pine is the, I think it's the 16:07 Elizabeth Line service to London Paddington, and the Greater Anglia search that's behind me is from Clacton-on-Sea, not Ipswich. Now she heads off to Liverpool Street. Incoming now is the 16:11 rectangular search from Liverpool Street to Braintree. In the form of 7:20 5:24. See that set, which goes back out for Braintree. Coming through now is 345-047, watching an ECS move from Ilwood EMPD to Shenfield stable sidings, and that finished 345 that we saw there was the delayed 16:02 to London Paddington, which was running 5 minutes late. Goes to Braintree search down in the distance. Incoming now will be the 1616 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria, utilising platform 3 instead of platform 4. And that 345 that's behind me is 6 minutes late coming from Gideon Park carriage holding sidings, not Ilford. So leading this set in is 7:20, 133. Lovely tempo. Well, definitely something to say. The driver is very nice. And the 345 that's currently there one is suddenly opened its doors for some reason. Even though it's meant to be going east here. Very strange. Incoming now is a Elizabeth line service coming ECS from Ilford Ingatestone, which is 345066. It's down in far distance, running about half hour late. Is the 1555 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria. Currently held at a red signal, waiting for either platform 3 or 4 to become available. This should form the 1613 back out to Heathrow Terminal 5, I would have thought. It won't be in for long, that's for sure. And the service to Southend Victoria is still in the platform. Very strange. I wonder what it's waiting for, I wonder. Incoming now is the heavily delayed 1559 Greater Anglia service to Southern Victoria, and running 143, utilising platform. 559 is on the route. Now this is strange, you don't see every day. A London Liverpool Street to Southern Victoria going on to platform 1. Usually they're going to platform 4. Obviously not today. Okay, there's people boarding for that Elizabeth line, even though it says on Witham and trains that it was meant to be a ECS move. Very strange. Incoming now is the 1622 Greater Anglia service from Colchester Town to Liverpool Street. Apparently that 345 on platform 5 is the ECS move to Shenfield carriage sidings. Catching numbers of that Colchester Town service. Now back on the move is 35066, now heading into the carriage sidings as the service to Paddington sets up. And back ready to go now, back 24 minutes late will be the 1559 Greater Anglia service to Southend Victoria. Behind me, that's currently held at a red signal right now, will be a Greater Anglia service passing from London Liverpool Street to Norwich. It won't be at the it won't be going at the greatest speed when it's got the clearance to be coming through here. It'll have to wait for Southern Victoria service, that's on platform 3, because I highly doubt the service to Norwich will go through platform 1. I'd be really surprised if that ever happens, but I highly doubt it. Now heading off is the 1620, I think, Greater Anglia service to Southend Victoria. That's over there. It's 720. 104, that just came in from Southend Victoria. That'll be the 1625 service back out. So leaving about 3 minutes late now. It's 7:28, 144. To Norwich has now got the clearance to come through. I get bold here. As off goes this service from Southend Victoria to London Liverpool Street departs. 745 004, this service through from Norwich. On the way of the set is 720 103. Getting ready to depart now. 4 minutes late will be the 1623 Elizabeth Line service to London Pansy. As chasing the now we're Greater Anglia service passing from Norwich to London Street. 345 047 this to set up. 745 009 is on the search to London Liverpool Street, and in comes the, I think it's the 1631 Greater Anglia search from London Liverpool Street to Ipswich. 720 119 is on the front, and 720 on 4. See this when she departs. Now the point 3 minutes late is the 1626 Greater Anglia service to Ipswich. Could need a bit of a clean on that set. But its next calling point will be Chelmsford. Now is 345 039, doing an ECS run from Gideon Park, carries holding sidings to Shenfield, stabling sidings. behind me is the delayed 1619, I think. Greater Anglia says from Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria in the form of 72572 leading. With 720 533. Another service that's utilising platform 3 to Southend Victoria. Like I was saying that, the Elizabeth line, that's on 4 right now. It's a platform this service would usually go into, but there you go. Terminating Harwich now 26 minutes late. We're terminating the Elizabeth line service from London Paddington in the form of 345 60. Heading off now is the 1635 Greater Anglia service to Southend Victoria as the heavily delayed 1613 to Heathrow Terminal 5 comes in. Which is the return of 345066 as the other Elizabeth line unit to sidings depart. We'll catch this Heathrow service depart and she goes out. Incoming now will be the 1640 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Clacton-on-Sea and Witham and with 720 140 trailing as 345 060 departs with a service to London Liverpool Street apparently. Okay. I wonder why that is. Now the point is the slightly delayed 1638 Greater Anglia service to Clacton-on-Sea and Witham and Ipswich. The front half will split at Colchester, form a service to Witham and Ipswich. The rear half will continue onwards to Clacton-on-Sea. Down there is the, I guess the 1640 Greater Anglia service to London Street. I'm not sure where it's come from. Now the line is the 1638 Greater Anglia service to London Street from Witham. 720 5 Road. And that Brentwood path we saw previously is actually the heavily delayed 1618 to London Paddington, but to the side of the destination it's only going as far as London Liverpool Street. Terminating Harwich now will be the terminating Elizabeth line service from London Paddington and about 10 minutes late in the form of 345 020. and the 720s comes in to Liverpool Street from Southend Victoria. In front is 720 136. See, this one should pass. Now the Pine is the 1643. Elizabeth line says to Heathrow Terminal 5. Now I thought this was the 1613, but my guess is it must have been cancelled. So should have seen it depart by now, but it hasn't turned up. There you go. Incoming now is the 1648 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria. Leading the way is 720 552. With 720 138. As back ready to go now is the 1646 Greater Anglia service to Liverpool Street. And behind that is 345 terminating in from Stratford. 720 107 is on the rear of the Southend to London thread. Now this says it's cancelled between Paddington and Stratford due to a bridge strike, which is causing most of these Elizabeth line services to be disrupted. Now finally see 1648 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria. Passing through now will be a Greater Anglia service coming from Liverpool Street tonight. 745 106. Service to Liverpool Street comes in. 720 122. Now the Pine is the slightly delayed 1648 Elizabeth line service to London Paddington. Incoming now 7 minutes late will be a terminating Elizabeth line service from Heathrow Terminal 5, which is 345031, as now Pine is 1652 Greater Anglia service from Ipswich to Liverpool Street. 1020 537 on the rear. As 345 now departs with a service bound for Untitled. Down 2532 and St Girls, charging our way through from Liverpool Street to Colchester Town as we have a Elizabeth line coming in to Paddington. See that set when she heads out. Incoming now will be the 1659 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Braintree. Now heading off is 345031 with a service bound for Untitled. 1658 to Untitled, should say. I think. Well, unless it's another late running. Now the point is the 1658 Elizabeth line service to Untitled, and the previous one was actually the 1653 to Untitled. And about 4 minutes late. Lovely tones with the driver from 345039. Thank you very much. Pulling our way out. As incoming is 345057 with a terminating service from Paddington. Now heading off is the 1703 Greater Anglia service to Southend Victoria. As down there is the 1705 Greater Anglia service from Southend Victoria to Liverpool Street. And then we find ourselves a terminating Elizabeth line service from Paddington in the form of 345056. Then we're going to have Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Clacton-on-Sea in Colchester Town. 72540 is leading, with 72589 on the rear. Front 5 will continue onwards to Clacton-on-Sea, and the rear half will continue onwards to Colchester Town. My mistake, Harwich Town, not Colchester Town. As off goes 345057 with a service to Untitled. As the 1705 Greater Anglia says to Liverpool Street parts, 72142 leading, with 72118 on the rear. Now the pine is the 1706, Greater Anglia service to Clacton-on-Sea and Harwich Town. As down in the far distance should be a Greater Anglia running PCS from Southend Victoria to Liverpool Street, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going straight through, so yeah. So leaving the front is 720 Oh, it's on its own, okay. Before next we forget the train. Soon to come charging her way through 12 minutes late will be a Greater Anglia service running from Norwich to London Street. It's led by 745007. Is the slow delay 1708, Elizabeth Line service to London. Terminating her way now will be a terminating Elizabeth Line service in the form of 345019. Incoming 9 minutes late will be the 1708 Greater Anglia service from Clacton-on-Sea to Liverpool Street in the form of 720-576. See this when she leaves. Incoming now will be a terminating Elizabeth line service from London Paddington. In the form of 345064. And also incoming is the 1719 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria. 720-566 leading. With 720-542 fairly. As off goes the delayed 1708 Greater Anglia service to London Liverpool Street. Departing now is the 1718 Elizabeth line service to London Paddington with 345019 at L. As off goes the 1719 Greater Anglia service to Southend Victoria. Incoming now will be the 1721 Greater Anglia service from Colchester Town to Liverpool Street. Oh yeah, there is a service on the box on this side. Right, is 720 565. Get the reset when she leaves. Passing through now will be a Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Norwich. Incoming now is the 1727 Greater Anglia service from Southend Victoria to Liverpool Street. So even the front set of this one is 720 559. See the rear set when she leaves the car. Just recently coming out of the sidings now is the Elizabeth line service. This will later form a service to Paddington. Coming now is the 1725 Greater Anglia service from Colchester to London Liverpool Street. So on the front set is 720 543. We'll see this one goes out. Now flight 345 062, working 8 it's also about to come charging her way through now. Will be a Greater Anglia pair of 720s going from London Liverpool Street to Ipswich. The 720 531. We're 720 507. As ready to go now, it's the 1725 Greater Anglia service to London Liverpool Street. On the way, 720 523. Okay, we've got two services coming in. First being 720 144 with the 1730 Greater Anglia service from London Liverpool Street to Witham. 720 144 and a terminating Elizabeth line service from London Paddington as well as 720 559 with the 1727 Greater Anglia service from Southend Victoria to London Liverpool Street. On the way, 720 143. Passing through now will be a Greater Anglia service from Norwich to London Liverpool Street. Which is 745 002. As 345 064 departs with the 1728 Elizabeth line service to London Paddington. Incoming now is the 1733 Greater Anglia service from London Liverpool Street to Southend Victoria. 720 103 is leading. With 720 104 on the rear. Now the point is the 1733 Greater Anglia service to Southend Victoria. Is also off goes is the 1733 Elizabeth line service to London Paddington with 345 061 at the helm. Terminating her way now. 5 minutes late will be a terminating Elizabeth line service from London Paddington in the form of 345036. As down there is the 1738 Greater Anglia service from Braintree to London. Arriving now is the 1738 Greater Anglia service from Liverpool Street to Southminster, which is led by 720 553. And far distance is the 1740 Greater Anglia service from Southend Victoria to Liverpool Street. So leading in the 1742 London service is 720 133 as terminating her way now. It's a terminating Elizabeth line service from Untitled Chapter 720 524 to London Liverpool Street. Now the line is the 1738 Elizabeth line serves the Heathrow Terminal 5. Also back ready to go now will be the 1740 Greater Anglia service from Southend Victoria to London Liverpool Street. Might get bold here, soon find out in a minute. That's coming through now. 720 108 and 569 with a service from London Liverpool Street to Clacton-on-Sea. As that one continues onwards to Clacton-on-Sea, I should leave all there. Thank you very much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you like what you've seen here at Shenfield, please like and subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments and recommendations of stations that you would like me to do in the comments below. So I'll try to get back to them as soon as possible. It was a bit unfortunate that there was no freight included in this, but it probably didn't help with the disruption on going with regards to the bridge strike. So it's 345029 comes in from, I presume, Heathrow Terminal 5. I'll see your hotel. Okay guys.